Hey friends, let me ask you a question. How fast do you learn new skills? Because I just came across a channel by Justin Sung, and the topic of the video was fast learning and studying. Like how to retain the information of studying faster. Like how do you get ahead of everyone else while studying. And I don't know, this struck me as so weird. I never gave it a thought of like, you can optimize your studying and you can optimize it in a way that you retain more of the information, so that means you learn faster. Which also explains a lot of the feelings that I had. And it was like when I would like study, sometimes it felt like my head was cracking open and exploding, and I felt sometimes it's overwhelmed when I would study. But I wrote down, as I always do, oh my goodness, my book is also getting very full, which is kind of exciting. I don't know why that excites me so much, but it really does. Like, I can't wait till I can just fill up this entire book with things that I've learned. But of course, you know, guys, as I'm always like sharing things as I learned with y'all. It's about this channel from Justin Sung about fast learning. And so like the first thing that like really captured my like attention was he pointed out theory overload. And basically what like theory overload is, it's like when your brain can only hold but so much information, and you just keep stuffing things in there, and you kind of like, your brain just can't retain the information anymore. And I was like, that's what I'm feeling when I like study. And so sometimes I try to study for like hours. I was like, I try to really cram as much information in as much time that I have, because you know, we don't have that much time. But yeah, so he made a point of saying like this is like theory overload. When your brain only has a limited amount of space, think of it as like RAM, or like your memory in a computer. Like you can only store but so much memory on your computer before it either starts to slow down or stop altogether. So think of your brain as the computer. Think of it as RAM, think of it as memory. The more that you try to cram in there, the less you'll actually retain, the less skills you'll actually like learn. And then like the second thing that I really found like interesting about this video was like, he said, let your skills become habit. First, start out slow. Learn slowly. Which I knew this, at least the learn slowly part I know, because as I am learning to be a vocalist, every vocal teacher that I've ever had, and I've had 3 in my lifetime, and I'm working on my 4th. We are getting the 4th one. Ooh, I can't wait to show y'all that. But every freaking vocal teacher I had said the same thing, friend. It was like, Sean, you need to slow down. It was like, we're glad that you can do this, that, and the third, but you're doing it so fast that you're sloppy. Like, it's not bad, but it's sloppy, or you're not retaining the information, or you're not using the thing that I just taught you because you're trying to move too fast. There is a gigantic wasp outside of this car window, and if it gets in here, friend, I'm going to scream. I digress. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, let your skills become habits and learn them slowly. I don't know what I was going on with this. This bee is like really like, he is mocking me, friend. I don't know what to do. He is like banging on the window like, doom, 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 doom. Let me in, let me in. It's crazy. It's also crazy because we getting like such cold weather now, and the bugs are still alive. Like, we dropping into like the low 50s, and they still out here, honey. Anyway, I keep getting distracted. Yes. But when you're doing your studies, try to learn slowly. Really, don't do that. Okay, don't do that. But let your new skills become habit. Try to avoid the overload theory that we were talking about earlier. Don't try to push yourself into learning too many things at once. Oh, and I just learned a whole new like word. So multi-element interactivity. Child, a whole new thing. Multiple element interactivity. I try to say that 3 times fast. Anyway, and so basically this means the degree to which multiple pieces of information, elements, in a learning task are connected and must be processed simultaneously in working memory to be understood. Now that's a lot. That's a lot. It's basically just going over the theory overload again. It's just, I guess, a more like professional way of saying like too much at once is really bad when you're trying to learn something new. Your brain, once again, can only hold but so much. Like, you can't do everything simultaneously. I hope this phone doesn't fall. I don't know. Also, when learning a new skill, at least I know for me, oh my goodness, and this is like one of my problems. I can never stay focused on one thing too long, or I get like what I call like shiny object syndrome, where the first thing that catches my attention, I will drop everything and like run to that thing. And especially with like my learning, I'll jump from one subject to the next, to this topic, to that topic. Honey, it's crazy. But what Justin really, oh my gosh. But what Justin really pointed out was just that when learning a new topic, when learning a new skill, when learning something brand new to you, try to keep it to 1 to 2 subjects. Don't be like me and try to learn like 19 things at once. Because once again, you'll fall right back into that theory overload. Like, your brain won't be able to process it all at once effectively. And oh my goodness, this last thing I found really cool, to actually like use a lot of this information to not get, you know, your overload. He says to always balance your new skill with practice. Monitor how quickly new skills are forming. I mean, not new skills, new habits are forming, right? So I was saying it earlier. He said, let your skills become habits. But the only way they become habits is if you slowly do them over time consistently. But you have to balance this with like actually doing it. So you have to take some time to study, but don't keep studying. Like, study a little bit, like gain the knowledge of that topic or that chapter, and then go out and practice it, and keep practicing it until it becomes something that just like this. You don't even have to think about it anymore. And then you move back and then you study the next topic, you study that next chapter, and then you make that a habit, and then you just start stacking. It is so cool. But I am so grateful for Mr. Justin Song, because it explains why my brain just feels like it is just melting out of my skull when I study sometimes, especially because I'm studying for hours at a time, and I'm trying to cram as much information in there, because I was just like, I know that once I like close the book, or once I close the laptop, or once I close out of the course, I'm not going to open it back up. Like, my mind is already like on to the next 5 things already. But that makes a lot of sense to me. I really want to know, like, how do y'all study? How do y'all studies go? Do you study? Friend, I always recommend that you take notes. You write things down. There's even like a way to systematically take notes. Like, oh my goodness, there's so much to learn. There's so much to study. There are so many skills to be developed. And the fact that we can do it fast now, which with fast learning and fast studying, like, oh my goodness. I am definitely going to try out some of these like habits. I'm going to try these habit stacking things, understanding like when my overload point is at, and then trying to put the things that I learned into practice soon, like very, very soon. Guys, let me know how you study. Let me know if you have any tips, any tricks that you use to retain information a lot more faster, and how do you put it into practice? I want to know that, guys. But until next time, you got this, I got this, we got this. I will see you all later. And remember, guys, keep studying.